In a world full
Hi,
of
sir.
noise,
My mother has a
sometimes
tattoo just
all we
like
need
yours.
is a story. Welcome to Hopeful and Soul Stories, where every voice matters and every heart finds a home. Sit back, feel the words, and let your soul listen. The tattoo that changed everything. The crystal chandeliers of the Azure Room cast diamond patterns across marble floors as Manhattan's elite clinked champagne glasses. But in the corner booth, a storm was brewing. "Excuse me, sir?" Sophie's voice trembled as she approached the billionaire's table. Alexander Hunt didn't look up from his phone, the glow illuminating a distinctive tattoo on his wrist. An intricate compass rose with a date underneath, June 14th, 2000. Her heart pounded. "Sir, I noticed your tattoo. My mother has the exact same one. Same design, same date. She got it at Columbia University." Alexander's face turned to stone. "What did you just say?" "My mom, her name is Elena Carter. She said she got it with someone she loved, but he disappeared." The champagne flute slipped from his hand, shattering against the floor. Every head turned. "That's impossible," he breathed. "Elena had a miscarriage. She told me." Sophie's eyes filled with tears. "Sir, I'm 25 years old. 4 hours earlier." Sophie's alarm screamed at 4:30 a.m., the same as every morning for 3 years. In the next room, her mother coughed, that deep, rattling cough getting worse every day. "Mom, you okay?" "I'm fine, baby. You'll be late." Sophie pulled on her waitress uniform, staring at her reflection. 25 and exhausted, dark circles under her eyes, hands rough from double shifts. But she forced a smile. For Mom, she thought. Elena lay thin as paper, her once vibrant hair now streaked with gray. "Working the Azure Room tonight?"
Yeah.
"Tips should be good." Elena's fingers absently traced the faded tattoo on her wrist. Sophie had asked about it 1,000 times growing up. "It's from when I was young and foolish," her mother would say. "When I believed in fairy tales." "Mom, you need to see a doctor." "That cough." "Doctors cost money. We don't have." Sophie made $15 an hour plus tips, working 70 hours a week. Rent was $1,400. With utilities, food, and her mother's basic medications, they were barely surviving. The cancer screening Elena needed felt impossible. Meanwhile, across the city, Alexander Hunt stood in his 47th floor office, surveying Manhattan like a king. At 45, he'd built an $8.7 billion empire. But standing there, he felt hollow. He straightened his cufflinks, catching sight of his tattoo. June 14th, 2000. 25 years ago. Elena. They'd been so young, so stupidly in love. They'd gotten matching tattoos on their 6-month anniversary, swearing they'd be together forever. Then she got pregnant. They were both 20 broke college students. His father threatened to disown him. So Alexander did the unforgivable. Gave her money for an abortion and told her they were too young. 2 weeks later, she called crying, saying she'd miscarried. By the time he tried to make things right, she'd vanished. He'd spent months looking, then years, then eventually forced himself to stop. Now he had everything: money, power, respect. But he'd trade it all for one more day with the girl who'd loved him before he became a billionaire. The Azure Room. Sophie weaved through the crowd, her feet aching. Rich people didn't see servers as human, just moving furniture. "Sophie, we need you on VIP section." "That's Alexander Hunt's table," her supervisor said. Sophie's stomach dropped. She'd heard the name whispered all night: billionaire, philanthropist, shark. The corner booth overlooked the glittering skyline. 3 men sat there, but her eyes locked on the one in the middle. Alexander Hunt was impossibly handsome in that intimidating way powerful men often were. "Good evening. My name is Sophie." "Champagne." "Dom Perignon." 3 glasses. He didn't look at her. For the next hour, she served them in silence, existing as background noise. Then Alexander rolled up his sleeve. Sophie froze. The tattoo, the compass rose, the date. Identical to her mother's. Her mind raced. Her mother at Columbia. This man would have been there 25 years ago. The timeline matched perfectly. She thought of her mother dying because they couldn't afford healthcare, of all the years of struggling. And this billionaire might be the reason for all of it. She had to know. "Excuse me, sir. I noticed your tattoo." He looked up, irritated. "What about it?" "My mother has the exact same one. Her name is Elena Carter. She got it at Columbia with someone she loved, but he disappeared." The champagne glass shattered. "Elena had a miscarriage," he whispered. "Sir, I'm 25 years old." The silence was deafening. Alexander stood so fast his chair toppled. "What's your name?"
Sophie.
"Sophie Carter." "How is she?" "Where is she?" "She's sick. Really sick. We can't afford treatment. I'll pay for it. All of it. Whatever she needs."
"Why?"
"Because you feel guilty. I didn't abandon. She told me she miscarried. Would you have cared? My mom said you gave her money to get rid of me." I was 20 and terrified. His voice broke. "I looked for her for months after. She disappeared. She left New York. Worked 3 jobs while pregnant." Alexander's jaw clenched. "Give me the address. I'm coming with you now." "What?"
"Please."
"I need to see her." Washington Heights. The ride was suffocating silence. Finally, Sophie spoke. "What's she like?" "Elena?" "Strong. Stronger than anyone I know. She's the best person I know." "She was like that then too," Alexander said. "I loved her, but not enough." They climbed 5 flights. Alexander was breathing hard. Sophie unlocked the door. Her mother was in bed, a book in her lap. "Sophie, you're home early?" She stopped. Alexander stepped into view. The book fell. Elena went white.
"No."
"You can't be." "Elena." His voice broke. They stared at each other, 2 people who'd loved each other a lifetime ago. "How did you?" Elena looked at Sophie. Understanding dawned. "Oh God, Sophie. What did you do?" "I saw his tattoo, Mom." "You had no right to bring him here. You told me you miscarried." Alexander's voice rose. "I might have a daughter, and you never told me?" "You made it clear what you wanted, Alex. You handed me money to take care of it. So I did. I took care of her. Alone. Because you lied. If you told me the truth."
"What?"
"You'd have played happy family? Your father threatened to disown you. That's not fair." "Fair." Elena's voice strengthened. "I was alone and pregnant at 20. I worked until I was 8 months pregnant. I lived in a basement with rats. Don't you dare talk to me about fair." "Stop," Sophie cried. "Mom, you're sick. You need help." She turned to Alexander. "She raised me. She's been there for every moment. You don't get to judge her choices." Alexander's shoulders slumped. "You're right. I'm sorry." He looked at Elena. "I'm not here to judge. I just need to know. Is she mine?" Elena closed her eyes. "Finally, yes. She's yours. I knew the moment I saw her." Alexander sank into a chair. 25 years. "I don't expect anything," Elena said. "Don't tell me what I owe. I've missed everything." His voice broke. "What do you need?" Sophie spoke quietly. "Mount Sinai has a specialist. Dr. Reeves. Consultation is $2,500. Scans are $8,000. Treatment could be hundreds of thousands." Alexander pulled out his phone. "My assistant will get you an appointment tomorrow. I'm paying for all of it." "Why?" "Because I failed her once. I won't do it again." After he left, Elena turned to Sophie. "Your life just changed, baby girl." "Our lives," Sophie corrected. 3 days later, in Dr. Reeves's office, Sophie braced for the worst. "It's not cancer," Elena said, her voice cracking. Sophie's world tilted. "What?" "Severe chronic bronchitis and early pneumonia, complicated by malnutrition and stress," Dr. Reeves explained. "Treatable. With medication, rest, and nutrition, she should fully recover in 3 to 6 months." They sobbed with relief. 2 years of fear, gone in one afternoon. Alexander appeared in the doorway. "It's not cancer?" "It's not cancer," Elena confirmed, laughing through tears. Relief transformed his face. Thank God. Over the following months, they carefully built something new. Weekly coffee meetings. Awkward conversations that slowly found rhythm. At dinner 6 months later, Elena spoke. I've been in therapy. I need to apologize to you, Alex. Elena, you don't. Let me finish. What you did was wrong. But what I did was also wrong. I lied. I took your daughter away. I robbed Sophie of knowing her father, and you of knowing her. I told myself I was protecting her, but really, I was protecting myself. We were kids,
Alexander said.
both terrified. But Sophie paid the price. Sophie wiped her eyes. I've been angry at both of you, but I realized I can spend my life being angry or appreciate what's happening now. You're here. You're trying. That matters. She looked at both parents. I think we're a family. Weird, complicated, broken, and pieced back together. But a family. Alexander reached across the table. Elena placed her hand in his. Sophie added hers on top. A family, Alexander repeated. I like the sound of that. 3 months later, Sophie stood before a packed community center, beneath a banner. The Elena Carter Foundation, Education and Healthcare for Struggling Families. 6 months ago, I was working 70 hours a week, watching my mother die because we couldn't afford healthcare. But then something unexpected happened. I met my father. And he had resources I couldn't have imagined. At first, I was angry. But anger without action is just bitterness. So we created this foundation. Free healthcare screenings, affordable medical care connections, educational scholarships. This isn't charity. This is justice. No mother should choose between medicine and rent. No student should give up dreams to pay bills. My mother taught me that love is sacrifice. My father taught me that wealth without purpose is empty. Together, they're teaching me that families aren't perfect, but they can still be beautiful. After, Alexander watched Sophie and Elena work the crowd together. A young woman approached him. Thank you. Your foundation is helping us get my son's asthma inhaler. You're saving his life. It's not me, Alexander said. It's them. Later, Elena stood beside him. Sophie's a natural. That's all you. That's how you raised her. She has your determination, though. They watched Sophie laugh with students. Thank you for giving me this chance, Alexander said. Elena looked at him. Really looked. We're not who we were 25 years ago. No, he agreed. Maybe that's okay, Elena continued. Maybe who we are now, two people who made mistakes but are trying to do better. Maybe that's enough. Is it? It's a start. 1 year later, Sophie stood in cap and gown, diploma in hand, surrounded by family. Elena, healthy and working as a counselor. Alexander, who'd cut his work hours to actually live. Speech, they chanted.
Fine.
2 years ago, I thought my life was over. But then a tattoo changed everything. It taught me it's never too late. To tell the truth, to forgive, to build something beautiful from broken pieces. My parents made mistakes, but they showed me love isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up even when it's hard. Choosing each other over and over again. This diploma represents second chances. A family that refused to let the past define our future. It represents hope. Alexander pulled them both into a hug. I love you both. You're my family, my whole world. We love you too, Dad, Sophie said. This time the word came easily. As sunset painted the sky gold, the three stood together. A billionaire, a survivor, and the daughter who'd brought them back together. Not perfect, not uncomplicated, but theirs. And that was more than enough.